Hello, guys. Welcome back to the MD Investor Channel. Wayne Abrahams, your personal finance guide. The channel where we talk about personal finance, setting goals, achieving goals, increasing our financial IQ, getting motivated, and taking action. The channel where we talking about breaking the cycle of generational poverty, educating our children so they can be better off financially than we were. Definitely hit the subscription button to be notified when new content comes out. Send a link to people you think could benefit from this personal finance information. Let us study, let us grow, and let us take action together. New video today, guys. Today we're going to talk about a drip. Not an infection and not a leaky faucet, but a drip. DRIP. Drip or drips. It's basically it stands for a dividend reinvestment plan. Who knew? I didn't know. And that's why it's important to keep ourselves educated and study because these things are not new. They've been around for a while, but just because you didn't know it and I didn't know it, it still existed. Some people knew about it and they've been benefiting from it. So a DRIP is a dividend reinvestment plan, and it's basically a plan, an investment plan where you can build up a position in a company. So take, for example, McDonald's or any company that you want. And you want to build up a position in a company. You want to buy one stock, and then you want to get 10 stock, and then you eventually want to get 100 stock, and so on, and build it up. There's a plan usually for that. Well, how would you know that there is a plan for that? You would go to the investor relations page on the company website. So you go into www.mcdonald's, www.pepsi, whatever, and you go to the investor relations page, and then they'll tell you if a dividend reinvestment plan is available, and they'll give you the different characteristics of the plan. That's why the information is out there, guys, but you gotta look. So you would go to the investor relations page, and it'll tell you if there's a DRIP, a dividend reinvestment plan, and what is the characteristics or what are the requirements to be part of this DRIP, right? It may say something like you have to own at least one share, or you have to invest at least $500 minimum. But it'll tell you what's available in the characteristics. And they give you a lot more information. So the investor relations page, guide, is a big key page of any of these public companies. It gives you a lot of information. Okay? The investor relations page. Like I said before, it may tell you who the transfer agent is, for example, right? That's something that we haven't talked about. The transfer agent. These are big companies, right? Big Fortune 500 companies. McDonald's, Google, Starbucks, all these companies, they're busy making products, increasing value for their shareholders, merging, just trying to be innovative. And they really don't have time or the inclination to worry about details. Details like what? Well, running a dividend reinvestment plan. It takes a lot of details, a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of organization. They don't want to be bothered with that, so they hire it out to a transfer agent. And it is the job of this transfer agent to handle the details, the nitty gritty, the name of the investor, social security number, how many shares does he have, the price he bought the share, when he reinvested, how much dividend did he getting? Are the dividends being completely reinvested or only partially reinvested? His address, his bank account, when it's time for taxes, how much taxes he, all these stuff, they don't want to be involved with that. So they hire it out to a middleman, a transfer agent. Some of the big transfer agents out there, the name that you're going to see over and over again are Computershare. One word, Computershare. Their website, www.computershare.com/investor. The reason why I know about Computershare is that I'm in the Johnson & Johnson DRIP, and ComputerShare is the transfer agent for Johnson & Johnson, along with other companies, along with a lot of other companies. If you go to their website, they'll tell you we're the transfer agent for all these companies. A lot of times you can buy or join the drip just from the transfer agent website. A lot of times you could join it from the company website, but a lot of times you could also join from the transfer agent website. Some of the other names you may come across: Wells Fargo, previously known as Wells Fargo, now they're known as Share Owner Online. www.shareowneronline.com. Another transfer agent, American Stock Transfer and Trust. www.amstock.com. Another one is Broadridge. 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 And the website is stockplans with an S .broadridge.com. So we can find information either from the investor relations page of the website to give you all the nitty gritty. And a lot of times you find it from the transfer agent. So the investor relations page will tell you our transfer agent is so-and-so. There's a phone number. There's a website. You can call them, get more information. You can go to the website. A lot of this stuff now can be done online. Let me mention one thing real quick, guys. A lot of times you may go to the either the transfer agent website or the investor relations page, and it'll say some of the requirements to join this drip, or you may have to have at least one share in your name. I came across this issue before I joined, when I was trying to join the Johnson & Johnson drip. You have to own one share in your name. I owned Johnson & Johnson in my retirement account, but as I found out, it was not in my name. It was in what they call the street name, because it was with a, I guess it would be called a, it wasn't a brokerage, I guess it would say like a brokerage firm, right? And I didn't realize it wasn't in my name. Therefore, I was not able to join the Johnson & Johnson drip at that time. You may come across that, right? You may come across that. So how do we go around that? What I did was I bought one share of Johnson & Johnson from TD Ameritrade. I called them on the phone. I said, hey, I want to buy one share of Johnson & Johnson, but I don't want it to be in the street name. I don't want it to be in TD Ameritrade FBO. TD Ameritrade for the benefit of Wayne Abrahams. No, I want it to be in my name. So I bought one share of Johnson & Johnson, and then I told them I want it to be in my name. They did their magic, and that one share magically was, I guess, sent to ComputerShare. Eventually I checked, I saw one Johnson & Johnson, one share in my name. And after that, I was off to the races, okay? You may come across that, okay? Where you may say to join this drip, you have to have one share. So you may have to go and buy one share, pay the commission, whether you use TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or whatever, buy that one share, and then tell them you want it to be in your name. And then after that, you'll be able to join the drip. And then after that, you don't need to buy any more share from that brokerage. From then on, you can just continue to add to that one share, okay? And that's what I did. So I just wanted to mention that because it may come up. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to look at an example. Before I get to that, where can you get this information about dividends and drips and stuff? I said, well, correct, not dividends, but drips. I said you can go to the investor relations page, or you can go to the brokerage, or you can go to the transfer agent website. There's another resource I have here, which you guys may find helpful. It's dividend reinvestment plans. It's called Drip Investor. I don't know how good this is showing up. And I'm going to give you the phone number if you want to pick one up. The number is 1-800-233-5922. It's made by Horizon Publishing Company. The website is www.horizonpublishing.com. Horizon Publishing, one word.com. Very interesting book and gives a lot of information. Now I'm going to go through a little some of the information that's in there. Let's look at one DRIP, dividend reinvestment plan. This is the dividend reinvestment plan for PepsiCo. Pepsi, you know, the soda, Pepsi. PepsiCo, I'm just reading here from page 100. PepsiCo Incorporated trades on the New York Stock Exchange. The ticker symbol is PEP, PEP. It gives the company address, right? 700 Anderson Hill Road, Purchase, New York, actually close to where I live. The phone number, 914-253-2000. There's another number, 800-226-0083. The website, www.pepsico.com. Now the plan specifics. Initial shares can be purchased directly through the plan, $500 minimum. So in this case, you do not have to say go to a brokerage and buy one share of Pepsi, because it says here, initial shares can be purchased directly through the plan. So in this case, you can probably go to the website and probably begin to buy shares. $500 minimum. See, it tells you the requirements of the DRIP, $500 minimum. It says partial dividend reinvestment is available. What does that mean? Well, when you join a DRIP, the option you're going to have is total dividend reinvestment, meaning 100% of the dividend that I earn, I want you to put it back into the company and buy more shares of that company. But you can also do partial. You may want to say 50%, I'll take the money, put it back into my checking account, and the other 50% reinvested by more dividend. See, they're giving it a plan specific. Then here it says OCP. OCP stands for optional cash purchases. So you're in a dividend plan, right? And you get your dividend, then you're investing it and building up your position. You're getting your dividend, you reinvest it. And then say you say, I want to build up my position a little faster, and you have $200. You can send it in. That's what they call optional cash purchases, OCP. And it says here for Pepsi, the optional cash purchases, it can go anywhere from $50 to $120,000 per year. So you get an extra $100. Send it in, buy more shares. Up to $120,000 in case of Pepsi. And then they tell you it's $10,000 per transaction. So that's a way to build up your position. The stock is purchased at least weekly with OCP, or optional cash purchases. Okay? So when you put the money in, like this extra money, OCP, optional cash purchase, stock is purchased at least weekly. We're going to get back to that when we talk about some of the disadvantages. There's a one-time enrollment fee of $10. We talk about fees as one of the requirements. These dividends or DRIPs. These DRIPs, they are commission free. So they are commission free and brokerage free. So you're not buying it through a brokerage. You're buying it either directly through the company plan or through the transfer agent. There is no broker, but there may be a little fee, maybe a little small fee. It's good to know. In the case of Pepsi, there's a one-time enrollment fee of $10, right? You want to know about that. Now, there's purchasing cost. This is why you want to get into the details. Purchasing costs are $3 plus 3 cents per share. So if you want to buy Pepsi stocks in the Pepsi DRIP, it's going to cost you $3 plus 3 cents per share. Let's say, for example, you want to buy 10 shares of Pepsi. It's going to cost you $3 plus 30 cents, right? 3 cents per share. You want to buy 10 shares, it's going to be 30 cents plus $3. $3.30 plus the cost of buying the 10 shares. I don't know what Pepsi is trading at, but okay. So that $3.30 is a little extra fee just because that's one of the requirements of the DRIP. We'll talk about that later. Selling cost. Because these companies are almost like giving you an incentive to being a long-term stockholder, there's a disincentive to sell. So when you sell, you'll notice there's a cost. Selling costs are $25 plus 12 cents per share. So if you want to sell your stock that you have in your Pepsi DRIP, It's going to cost you $25 plus 12 cents per share. They're trying to disincentivize you from selling. And there's another fee, dividend reinvestment fee. That's why you want to know about all these fees. Dividend reinvestment fee. So say you're an owner of Pepsi stocks in a Pepsi drip, and you want to reinvest and build up your position. They're saying that there's a fee, there's a dividend reinvestment fee, and they said for 100 shares or more, right? So if you are trying to reinvest to buy 100 shares or more, it's going to be 5% of the amount reinvested, right? So you're reinvesting $100. 5% of $100 is going to be $5. But it said there's a $2 maximum, okay? Plus it's going to be 3 cents per share. All is telling you that these are some of the fees that you may come across if you're buying shares in the drip, right? You may still want to do it, but you want to know ahead of time. Gift share transfers are available. That's important. Because when I built up my position in Johnson & Johnson, I was able to give 1 share to each of my sons as a gift and then begin to build up their position in the Johnson & Johnson drip. You want to be aware of that. So gift share transfers are available. Automatic investment services are available. Meaning, say you want to do a set it and forget it, okay? I'm in the Pepsi drip, and every month I want to contribute $100. Automatically, right? Automatic investment services are available, but they get you, it said there's a $2 transaction fee plus 3 cents per share. So say every month you're in an automatic investment plan, it's going to cost you $2 and then 3 cents for every share that you're buying. You want to be aware of that, right? Because maybe some other drips, there's going to be no fee, okay? So why should I buy it in this drip when it's costing me, when I could buy it in one of the no fee brokerage? That's why you want to be aware. Shares may be sold via the telephone. Direct deposit of dividends is available. So if you want your dividends to be sent directly to your checking account, they can do that. It's open to investors outside of the United States. So if you live in other countries, you can also be participate in the drip. And dividends are paid for Pepsi March, June, September, and December. And they give the performance rating 4 stars. They give a thumbs down to the drip, meaning there's a lot of fees here. So if it was me, with all these fees, I probably would pass on the Pepsi drip. I might say, I'll buy Pepsi stocks, but I'm going to buy it in a different vehicle, okay? So just a little heads up, guys, for you guys, a little information out there. So let's quickly look at advantages and disadvantages, and then we are out. So we mentioned it before. Advantage of the drips are you can buy no brokerage, no broker, right? You don't have to go through TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or Charles Schwab. There's no brokers, right? Either we do through the transfer agent or directly through the company site. No commission. Although we did say that, and we saw that with Pepsi, there may be a small fee. So you want to know ahead of time. Some companies, which I haven't come across it yet, but some companies offer dividend reinvestment plan discount intermittently. So as a reward for long-time shareholders who are buying the company stocks, they may offer you the stocks at maybe a 2 to 3% discount from the prevailing market rate. I haven't come across that yet, but it was in the details here. They may offer a intermittent discount, which is nice. This kind of reward shareholders for being long-term shareholders. Okay, one of the advantages is the optional cash purchase, which we mentioned, right? The optional cash purchase. Say you're buying Pepsi stock in the drip, which we mentioned, and Pepsi's trading at, I don't know what it is now, maybe say $120 a share, but you only have $25, and you put it in. That $25 is not enough to buy 1 share, right? If it's trading at $120 and you only have $25, you can't buy 1 share. But what they will allow you to do is buy a partial share. So maybe you only be able to buy a fifth or a quarter of a share, but they will allow you to do that. And since you can only buy a quarter of a share, you'll be entitled to a quarter of the dividend. If the dividend is, 50 cents, you'll be entitled to 12 cents, 12 and a half cents. typically in a traditional brokerage, if the share is $100, you need at least $100 to buy one share. If you don't have $100, you can't buy a share. You have to wait till you have that amount to buy one full share. That's one of the benefits of this OCP, or the optional cash purchases within a drip. That's becoming a little less important now that we have a lot of these discount brokers like M1 Finance and Robinhood, where you can also buy partial or fractional share. Some of the disadvantages of a drip. We mentioned it may be fees out of fees, like with a sort of Pepsi. It may be fees to do this. It may be 3% here, and then to be the automatic investment, maybe fee. So the fees may be a disadvantage as compared to some of the discount brokers like M1 Finance, Robinhood, even TD Ameritrade. Now they're going to $0 commission, so that might be less advantageous. Another disadvantage is, say you are in the DRIP, the dividend reinvestment plan, and you're doing 100% reinvestment, and your share price is going up, which is good. Your price is appreciating. So instead of you bought it at $100, but now it's selling at $150, which is good because your portfolio value is more. But then when you get your dividends, because the price is going up, you're now only buying less. You can buy less shares. So that's one of the downside. You can buy less shares at the price of your stock is going up. And there's less agility. And I mentioned this because we had mentioned on the Pepsi that for the optional cash purchases, the OCP, shares are bought at least weekly. Some other dividend investment plans, you'll see shares are bought monthly or every other month. Perfect example is this time now we're going through the coronavirus fear, market dip, market drop. To be agile and take advantage of that, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of that in your drip. Because if the market dropped on Monday or Tuesday and you want to buy today, but within your drip, they buy every month. That's going to be April. You're going to miss the buying opportunity. Okay? Whereas if you were able to, if you want to buy stocks today, because the market dropped today, you can do that today through E-Trade or TD Ameritrade. So there's less flexibility, less agility with the drip. So guys, I know this video was a little long, but I want to get it out there. DRIP, dividend reinvestment plan, something to consider when you want to build up your position in a certain stock. The information is either going to be on the investor relations page of the company or on the transfer agent's page. Again, guys, if there's people out there you think could benefit from this information, send them the link. Tell them about MD Investor. It's MD Investor on YouTube and MD Investor 1 on Instagram. We are learning, we are taking action, and we are going to break the cycle of generational poverty. Continue to command your money to grow, and I will see you on the next one.